Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. If you couldn't tell by the thumbnail, the title, and the intro that played, this is a rewind style collaboration video. There are 13 featured creators in this video. You may know some of them. Well, technically there's 14 including me. Anyway, that's enough babbling for me, and at least in this segment. I'm going to get on to my, I guess, most favorite piece of tech for this year, or I guess I've used this year, and that is going to be off, please. The iPad 5th generation. This is honestly a great iPad. I did a review on this. It's one of the last iPads it's gonna get 15, and that's probably it for it, honestly. But it is still supported, and it's got a good maybe year or two left on it. And mine happens to be basically brand new, as it was actually technically unboxed for the first time a month or so ago. So everything on it, battery health is 100% still. It's not Apple Pencil supported, but who uses those anyway other than an artist? And if you're an artist, I wouldn't recommend this. I mean, if you wanted to, you could use a stylus, but not on this. But on iOS 14.3, which is the latest update it got, it runs perfectly fine. There's no issues. Charges fine with the standard 12-watt charger it comes with. The battery life is pretty much 2 days or so. So yeah, anyway, that was basically my most favorite piece of tech this year, and I look forward to everybody's submissions, and hopefully they're good. I bet you they are. Anyway, let's go on to the next person.
Hi, my name is Cash. I'm from a channel called Cash Austin. I'm here to talk about my favorite piece of tech from 2020. My choice for this year was the Nintendo Switch. Before I start this off, I want to just say thank you to Sam and the Carenot, I think I'm saying that right, media group for letting me come on and be a part of this big collab for the YouTube Rewind of 2020. So that's me, I'm Cash, subscribe. I'm sure that we're all going to be linked in the description or something. But my favorite piece of tech from this year was the Nintendo Switch. This is a tablet that also has controllers on it. Now these aren't normal controllers, obviously, because they attach to a tablet. It kind of reminds you of like a Wii U, if anyone remembers those. But the difference is that this is its own device. It's just a tablet, Joy-Cons. The Nintendo Switch is so special because you can take it anywhere that you want, and you can play basically any games that is compatible with. There's so many of them by now because this thing has been out for like 3 years. This is one of my favorite things that I've gotten out of this whole year, fun tech-wise. It's really great, and I'm going to be going through for the next couple minutes about why I like it and why you might want to get it. Since it's been out for 3 years, it wouldn't surprise me if you already have one of these. The Nintendo Switch is perfect if you haven't like started gaming before, because a lot of their games are pretty simple and they have great storylines. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So this is a great storyline, it's a really fun game, and they actually just released a sequel to the game this last month in November. That one is called Hyrule Warriors. So the whole point of the game is you save Hyrule and Calamity Ganon. I haven't gotten that far into the game yet, but I really enjoy it. And then we have some basic ones like Minecraft, Mario Kart, obviously, because that was like a launch game. Another part of why the Nintendo Switch is really great is because if you were a fan of any of the really old Nintendo games or from the original consoles that Nintendo actually released, they have them archived so that you can play them on this modern device. Now I will say that I have gotten a little addicted to this thing because of all the games being so good and me just playing with my friends. I've had a lot of fun. So I hope that I've convinced you to get a Nintendo Switch if you don't have one already, because I know that this is just a basic thing that anyone could have said through this entire video. I hadn't had one until this year, and I give it a solid 8 out of 10. Thank you for letting me be in this video. I hope you all had... I hope that 2021 treats you well. I was gonna say I hope you had a great 2020, but that's probably not gonna apply to many people. Bye.
Hey Sam, thanks for having me on. My name is Ian and I have a channel called Ian's Tech, and a couple of my favorite devices from 2020 have to be the LG Wing and the Galaxy Z Fold 2 from Samsung. And the reason that I love these devices so much is because they are so different from anything we've had before. So obviously the Z Fold 2 is an iteration of the Galaxy Fold. but it was so much better and such a huge change from the first generation, and it made it just a lot more of a daily driver kind of device. Something you could actually use on a daily basis, and had a really nice outer screen, had a beautiful inner screen, and just offers so much. And the LG Wing was different in that it had a swiveling screen, and LG had a couple of different tricks up its sleeve to make use of that smaller screen along with the swiveling screen, and it just makes me feel like we are kind of going into the future, getting away from slab smartphones that we've been used to, and I hope that in 2021 we get to see some more of those types of form factors. So it's just kind of cool to see. Anyway, those are two of my favorite tech devices of 2020. So thanks for having me on, and back to you.
Hey guys, my name is Shan Mandale, aka Majora Boy, and before I get into my favorite piece of tech from 2020, I want to give a big thanks to Sam for including me in this year-end collab video. Now, coming back to the question, my favorite piece of tech from 2020 hands down has to be the Oculus Quest 2. Now, I'm a big VR enthusiast, so there are a lot of reasons why I love this headset. Firstly, it is an all-in-one VR headset, which means that you won't require a $2,000 or $3,000 PC to run your VR games or experiences. There are other perks to it as well due to it being an all-in-one VR headset, like not needing external sensors for body tracking and it being a complete wireless experience. And trust me, having a complete wireless experience goes a long way in making a VR experience really immersive, as you do not have any cables tying you down and you can move freely and interact freely with your VR world. Secondly, the Quest 2 improves a lot in the performance sector over its predecessor, the Quest. The Quest 2 houses the Qualcomm XR2 chip, which gives it a huge performance leap over the original Quest, which is running a Snapdragon 835. But that's not all. Other things like tracking, the refresh rate of the display and the resolution of the display has gotten better. But by far the best part about this entire VR headset is its price. The Quest 2 comes in at $299, making it a very affordable and accessible VR headset, which will allow newcomers to truly experience what VR is without breaking their bank. And with that said, I hope you guys have a very happy new year, and let's move on to the next video now.
Hey, what is up everyone? My name is Steven from the YouTube channel Steven Makes Videos. I make videos about the video making process. And one of my favorite pieces of tech from 2020 was the rise of folding phones. There were a lot of them this year. I had the pleasure of going to CES before the pandemic ruined everything, and there were a lot of folding phones on display. I just think it's really cool, and there are some possible practical applications that would be awesome to see in the future. I would love to maybe have a phone that folds out into a tablet that I could set up like a laptop, type with my fingers on one half of the screen and then look at things like a computer on the other half. That would be so cool. Of course, you can like prop them up to watch videos or movies and stuff like that. I just really can't wait to see where this tech goes. Now, of course, this comes from CES, and most things from CES don't actually see any life beyond the showroom floor. I'm really hoping folding phones don't fall into that category. We have seen some come out already, like Samsung with the Galaxy Fold. There were also some other brands there that had booths where they were showing their own phones, and actually this one booth had a game where you could fold a phone and try and fit it through a hole in a wall. Also, if I do get one in the near future, I really miss back from the flip phone days where you could like close the phone really quickly to end the call if you were angry or something. I miss that so much. And of course, I never had a real practical use for tablets in my business, but having the capability to have a phone that folds out into a tablet may increase the chance that I incorporate tablets into what I do, which is video editing. Maybe I could use it to draw animations and stuff like that. Okay, despite living in Las Vegas, it is freezing, so I'm gonna go inside now, but thanks to Sam for including me in this small tech YouTuber 2020 rewind. It's been an awful year, but the 2020s are gonna be awesome. All right, peace.
What is up, guys? I'm Monster here, and I want to thank Sam for inviting me to this collaboration. Really appreciate you, man. So, he asked me what my favorite piece of tech was, and I gotta say the iPhone 12 Pro, in specifics the gold color. I just think that it is an amazing shade of gold, especially around the edges of the phone. I think that it is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. The other reason I really like the 12 Pro is because of the cameras. Now, I've talked about it in my channel before, and I really like how they added the portrait mode to pretty much all the camera modes. And I think that going forward, they should be doing that, because if you're anything like me, you like to take pictures on portrait mode and even videos now. So I really think that they did a great job with that. Again, thank you, Sam, for inviting me to the video. Really appreciate you. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed my portion of the video. And if you guys want to subscribe to my channel, make sure you guys check me out at Apple Monster. Follow me on my social medias right here. And I'll talk to you guys on one of my next videos. I'm Monster out.
Hey guys, it's Eevee124, and my favorite piece of tech in 2020 that I've used is the Sony WH-1000 XM3s. They really need a better name for that, but the noise cancelling is really good, and it helps me with focusing on like my virtual school and stuff while there's like one or two other people doing it at the same time as me. And they sound really nice. The mic's really good for meetings and stuff, and they are really comfy, and I just think they're really good headphones overall. And sure, there's like the new ones that have come out, but these ones you can find for cheaper now, and I'd say they're definitely worth whatever you can find them for. Well, that has been my bit. Thanks for watching.
And that's it. Hey guys, Tayo here, and my favorite piece of tech is the Google Pixel 5. But since I don't own the Google Pixel 5, my favorite piece of tech that I actually own is the Asus Edge True Wireless Earbud, or basically a Xiaomi AirDots, and here are the reasons. It has a nice design and it is comfortable in the air, and it won't fall out if you go for a jog with it. It gets decently loud with good bass and rich vocals. It uses Bluetooth 5.0, which gives little to no latency while consuming content on these earbuds. Battery life on these earbuds is around 4 hours, and overall 12 hours of playtime if you charge with the case. And you know what, it costs only $10 or even less depending on where you'll be getting it, and I think it's an amazing deal for what you'll be getting. And yeah, thanks for giving me this opportunity to share my favorite piece of tech, and that's basically it for my favorite piece of tech. Peace.
Alright, so my favorite product of 2020 is by far going to be the HomePod Mini, and there is a reason for that, because the sound quality from that such a small speaker, such a tiny cute speaker, is just awesome, man. Like, I would really say you guys to go in an Apple store and test it out yourself, because the sound quality from that tiny little speaker produces really damn good bass, treble, clarity. Everything is really damn good on that one, and I'm seriously curious to test it out on my channel. And thank you for having me, and peace out.
Hi guys, this is Paavan aka Alpha Tech, and welcome to True Tech Sam. Okay, so my favorite piece of tech is the M1 MacBook Air. There are two reasons. First is the M1 chip, it's really good, and the second reason is that it's the only MacBook I can afford. Jokes aside, I'm much more interested in the M1 processor than the MacBook, so my favorite piece of tech will be the M1 processor and not the MacBook. So let's talk about the processor. So let's make it short. Apple has created a big brain move when they made this processor. And let's talk about the stats. Like you can see the stats here, 11 trillion transistors. Are you gone mad or something? CPU performance is 2 times improved, and you can see the Geekbench multi-score here, and you can see the 13-inch MacBook Pro M1 with the M1 chipset is the second, up to 5x faster graphics and many more things like that. And like when the scores came up, like Geekbench scores and all, M1 was beating the CPUs, like the Ryzen 5. I'm giving an example, like the processor which we'll use in PC build, not the processor which we'll use in laptop. Like the processor which we use in PC builds are really powerful, and the M1 was beating them too, and it was really surprising. So my favorite piece of tech is the M1 chipset. Why not the MacBook? Because see, it's a first gen product, so it is not that good. Like my daily use is like gaming, streaming, Twitter, Instagram and YouTube, like these 5 things. If you are like productivity focused, like if you are opening apps and doing some normal stuff, it's good, but playing games, streaming, it's not that great. This is the first gen product, so I recommend you not to buy it. Wait for the M2. I'm just excited how will the M2 perform. M1 is just amazing. I want to see how the M2 performs. Thank you for having me here, Sam. It was really great to be in this video, and yeah, subscribe to TrueTech Sam and subscribe to Alpha Tech too. Okay, bye bye.
Hey guys, Ryan from Techranology here, and I just want to say a massive thanks to Sam for having me for this collaboration. Piece of tech for 2020 is the Xiaomi Mi Band 5 fitness tracker AMOLED display with a resolution of 126 by 294, and the maximum brightness is about 415. It's easy to see even in the brightest of surroundings. It features a 6-axis sensor, a 3-axis gyroscope and a 3-axis accelerometer for accurate exercise tracking. It has a size of 125 milliamp hours, and Xiaomi claims that it will get 14 days of battery on a single charge, but I have been far exceeding this claim. As of the time of this recording, the battery is on 47%, and I last charged it 16 days ago. So as I was filming, the software started to update itself, but as you can see, the battery is on 45%, and I last charged it 16 days ago. This Mi Band features a finicky dock charging system, but this one, it has a much more better magnetic pin charging system. From 0% to 100% takes around 2 hours. Great too. It gives you a lot of useful information, like how long you've slept for and how many times you reach the goals that you've set for yourself, and it even tells you how much gas you've saved, which I think is quite funny. I think it is a fantastic fitness tracker for the price of about 30 British pounds or around 35 US dollars. And I want to say a massive thank you to Sam for having me on this collaboration, and please make sure to check out these other brilliant creators.